WWE NXT Takeover.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the NXT review. Just trying to see if I can get everybody in here. All right, so I wasn't sure if Jake was going to be here tonight, so I was actually going in to see if he was in the Discord. But I think he did have some kind of family thing going on, so he may not have seen the show. I'm not even sure if he saw it or not. But yeah, I don't know actually now that I think about it. But I did see the show. NXT tonight was better than In Your House. Remember In Your House a little while back? I think that was the last special event or takeover that NXT executed. And I think it was all right, but it wasn't. It was actually not all right. It was like one of the worst takeovers. It was okay in a way, but it was definitely one of the worst takeovers. First real time in the environment that we've been in recently. So, you can see how there was some kind of, mistakes, or they got some things wrong, or whatever you want to say about it. So that's totally understandable about the way things went down during the In Your House. So I understand, but tonight was the night to hopefully make up for that, and Pat McAfee did that stuff with Adam Cole was really, I thought, really good all around for the most part. I wasn't too thrilled with the way it began. I didn't quite buy it. But then once they were like, okay, we're going to have rivalry now, then it was fun to me. And then the match tonight I thought was really fun too. I think it was flawlessly done. They were like, we're going to keep it short and simple, and they really did that. And Pat McAfee executed, I think, every move he did, he executed. I don't think he had a couple moment where it was like, that's weird what he's doing, or that was bad, or that that don't look right. Everything he did had a purpose, and he executed it right. So that was the crazy thing to me. So, I got to give a lot of credit to Pat McAfee. Came in there in shape. We know he's athletic. We know he's capable of that. And by the way, we got a shout out. Not to Pizza the Hut. Hey, Pizza the Hut, you cheesy piece of garbage. But to the King Bird. Birdman is king. Bird 2393. He is the bird. And he is the king of Monetize This right now. And right there, he is the king of Stoner Face. So let's talk about the king of Stoner Face. No, I'm just kidding. But thanks. Congratulations to Bird last night on Monetize This. It was a fun time. Now, obviously, we knew AEW was going on. So, there was that to watch. If you were watching that, cool. Everybody and their mother's already been spoiled, it feels like. Like, the spoilers were running amok everywhere. So, everybody knows, for the most part, just about everything. To me, I don't know, maybe you didn't miss it. I've already seen it everywhere. So it doesn't matter. That's the problem with wrestling being on at the same time. It's stupid because you're going to get spoiled. So, that it's too bad, man. That's the way it goes, but yeah, the Batman trailer looks pretty good. It reminds me of like Michael Keaton's Batman, kind of though, like the original, like the first movie. It's very, very weird that I didn't think that was going to be the way I felt about it. I'm sure me and Jake will talk more about that after we already did 2 podcasts on the Batman. Podcast number 3 is surely coming this week, and we'll talk about that trailer. Let's go to the donos and see what you guys are saying. Now, I'm going to play one from Soundwave. This is a donation from Soundwave. It has some contained in it AEW spoilers. So if you don't want to hear these AEW spoilers, Soundwave gave me the heads up that his donation has spoilers. I've already been spoiled on everything, so I'm going to have to watch it later and figure it out. But for those who don't want to hear it while the donation pops up in a second, I would say mute yourself for about maybe like a minute or 2 minutes. It's the turkey donation, so here it comes. Just basically probably want to mute yourself.
Super Chat Party.
But before that, we got a donation.
Sup, Joe Cronin from the Joseph Cronin Show at.
What up? Kieran, what's up, dude? Thank you for the $2. Appreciate that, man. That is not a spoiler. But Soundwave 92's is, and that's coming in just a second. We're going to find out that Batman is got the hots for the Joker. Or no, for the Riddler. God damn, the commentary was terrible tonight. That's one of the biggest complaints that I have about NXT tonight is just the commentary to me was awful. No Mauro Ranallo there tonight really pissed me off. Vic Joseph sucks. I hate that guy. I'm sorry. He's a corpse. Nosferatu sucks. I hate Vic Joseph, and I didn't like having to listen to Corey Graves again. Yeah. And, I think Beth Phoenix is all right. Give me a call, WWE. Here comes the spoilers. Here comes the spoilers. Tune out for like a couple minutes here. What if they filleted us? If the turkeys ate us? If they had to hate us? Thanksgiving was a little bit different. Instead, the turkeys ate us. They gobbled us apart. But first they'd eat our nuts, and then they'd eat our butts. The turkeys ate us. What if the turkeys ate us? What if the turkeys ate us? What if they ate our fucking nuts? The Turkey Club is in the chat tonight. Instead of mashed potatoes. Oh no, what's this? Instead the turkeys ate us. Thunder Rosa.
One of the best endings AEW has had in a while. 7/10 Brody fucking murdered Cody and I marked the fuck out with Thunder Rosa debuting. I can't fucking wait for that match with Shida. But Dark Order needed this win badly tonight. But was Cody injured?
Yeah, a lot of people speculating on if Cody is injured. I don't know. I didn't see enough of it, Soundwave. But yeah, I'm gonna watch all of AEW later. And I'm going to have a full AEW review later on. Because it's got to be talked about, bro. It's got to be talked about. Thank you to Soundwave92 for the $29 donation. You guys can unplug your headphones and listen again. We're good to go. We're good. Right? I think that, and I know that it's kind of still a spoiler to talk about her opponent, but we had Thunder Rosa on the show a little while back, and we just talked about it. We've loved her for years, man, going all the way back to Lucha Underground. So, it's been really cool to see her progression and to see her now come over into AEW is exactly what we wanted. So, we're gonna have a good time with that, no doubt about it. Big congratulations to her on that. And I'm very happy about it. Now, God damn, I'm having trouble breathing tonight. I'll tell you. My daughter is too. There's a huge like pollen and ragweed thing going on.
A little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
The Keith Lee Karrion Cross promo was awesome. That's how you get people hyped up for a match. Decent PPV otherwise. 6/10.
Yeah, man, that is yeah, the promo was good, man. All the setups and the promos were really good. We are going to talk about all of it right now. Let's go into NXT. We got your phone calls, we got donations coming in, we got a whole bunch of stuff. But first, I got to restart XSplit because it just froze on me. So everybody's going to have to refresh your screens. Please refresh your screens. I will be in the chat letting you know when we're back on the air because XSplit just froze. So I got to reboot XSplit real quick. Take 2 seconds, and then I'm going to talk about what match I thought was the best on NXT tonight and everything else that I thought about the show. And right now they're showing Sasha Banks replays, and goddamn. Alrighty, we should be good. Should be good to refresh now. You didn't even have to refresh? That's crazy. A lot of other people did. All right, so let's get into it.
This smells like my vagina.
All right, relax, Drew, you sicko. Relax, Drew. I really was fighting to stay awake during the show tonight, to be honest. I drank 2 cups of coffee. And I still was tired as hell, man. I just wanted to pass out. I don't know what it was. So that always affects my reviews, I feel like, because I'm like, I kind of was hyped up for NXT to start, and then when I heard the commentary, I just immediately got sad, dude. I was like, oh. And, you know, sometimes I'm talking to Jake about the show while the show's on, and, you know, I think Jake went out to do family stuff tonight or something. So, like, I was just bored. I was sitting here and I'm watching, and there's nothing going on. Breezango and in a triple threat match with Del Fantasma and Oni Lorcan, Danny Burch, and this big triple threat deal. And Breezango wins, which is what we thought was going to happen, I believe. I'm pretty sure me and Jake both picked them. I don't know. I just never, or at least I don't even know what I picked anymore now, to be honest. But I didn't really care about it too much anyhow. Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher was all right. The commentary was terrible. Again, the commentary was starting to oversell the leg injury, even though it was so obvious and Finn Balor was already selling it and overselling it or whatever you want to call it. And then they were overselling the obvious, and it was like, dude, you're overselling it. And the commentary was just horrible. Like, even after someone kicked out, Vic Joseph would continue to still try to sell, like, did he get him? He got him. Or he didn't even do that. He just kind of went, like, 1, 2, 3, like, or 1, 2. I can't even give you the example anymore. I can't remember what he did. But the bottom line was he should have just stopped. He should have been like, no, he didn't get it. Unbelievable that he kicked out of that or something like that. And he just kind of kept selling the pin. It was, I don't know, bro. The commentary was piss poor to me tonight. Just absolute garbage commentary. Did Pat win? Yeah, he won. No. So I'm sorry. I'm just trying to breathe here a little bit. I gotta face this fan on me a little bit. The ragweed out here is crazy. I'm wondering if I've always been allergic to ragweed and I never knew it. That or could be the humidity too. It's so humid right now. Whew. That or the mold spores are killing me finally. Or I've got some kind of cancer tumor in my lungs I don't know about. Let's find out. Talking a lot really does it. So it's one of those nights where talking really is hard to do. We're talking a lot, like there's like I'm like out of breath talking a lot. You know what I mean? It's one of those nights where I really I could have used Jake because like talking a lot. I don't know what it is, but out of breath talking a bunch. Finn Balor versus Timothy Thatcher again. It was a run of the mill nice opening match. I guess Finn Balor gets the win. But again, the commentary just drove me nuts in this match. The way that it ended and the way they tried to oversell that Balor was going to win or wasn't going to be able to win, maybe. They sold it the wrong way. They focused on the knee and everything, and it was like... The way they focused on it was wrong to me. They should have been more surprised. Like, you know, Balor, you know... How did he, you know, yeah, he won, but at what expense, man? You could tell he was fighting through some kind of injury. You know, he fought through that injury, whatever it is, and you don't know. It could be very bad, and adrenaline might have carried him through, but you got to wonder, you know, how did he do that while being clearly injured? You know, those type of things, instead of being like, his knee is in his knee, he's not going to be able to. They were just building it up so much that he wasn't going to be able to do anything, and they started with that right away. Like, the second he was injured, they were like, oh, my God. Like, and it didn't go the right way for me. It was kind of like very obvious that they knew that they were going to be calling this like selling a knee, and it just seemed obvious that they knew they were going to be selling a knee or whatever, and it was too obvious. It was like, I don't know, man. It felt like commentators were like commentating on like, oh my God, we got to sell the knee. Look, it's a knee thing. It didn't feel like an authentic call. They really got to get Morrow. I heard that Morrow wasn't there because he went to his family and didn't want to leave Canada or go down to Florida or whatever it is. I mean, man, without Morrow, it is super obvious. Super obvious without Morrow. And it's not good. I can't stand... I just can't stand Vic Joseph, man. He's such a... And he looks like a goofy little fucking troll Nosferatu vampire, too, when you look at him. Velveteen Dream took a hell of a spill, dude. This guy went flying out of the ring. That was hilarious. That was some funny-ass stuff with Velveteen Dream going flying out of the ring. Super funny. I thought it was hilarious. They wrecked him. A little surprised about the ending, yeah. A little surprised about the ending, yeah. A little surprised how it went.
What else we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
The Keith Lee Karrion Cross promo was awesome. That's how you get people hyped up for a match. Decent PPV otherwise. 6/10.
Yeah, I thought it was an all-right show for the most part. 6 out of 10. I'd agree with that. I'd probably give NXT a 6 out of 10 tonight as well. That's probably exactly what I would go for. You know, looking at everything else, the ladder match for the vacant title, dude, Cameron Grimes, I don't know why, but the guy is such a goof to me. The guy comes off so goofy to me. Like, I don't know, I can't get into that guy at all. The guy's just too goofy for me. I don't know what it is. But it was a nice ladder match. But, you know, it was... I think somebody like Beth Phoenix was like, oh, you know, this is going to be talked about for generations and be the ladder match that is talked about or something or other. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it was like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, it was a okay ladder match with a bunch of guys in it. But it wasn't anything super crazy like that I thought. I didn't think it was just some kind of classic that we'd be talking about. So I thought Beth was overselling everything or overselling things too. Like, what are you saying? When they said that about Bayley and Sasha, it felt like that when they were like, this will be remembered for, this will be one of the memories of NXT forever, or something like whatever the hell they said. And Bayley versus Sasha, it felt like that night, and it still is that way to this day. We always still bring it up and talk about it and remember those two. I don't think this ladder match tonight was.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
That.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Also NXT besides announcing are missing the crowd. Ladder match and Cole Pat I liked most. Some reason I was bored by Cross and Lee.
Yeah, I didn't exactly go overboard for Cross and Lee. How about I don't call Robert Stone goofy, but only Grimes? I don't know. Robert Stone's kind of goofy too, but I don't know. Cameron Grimes actually wrestles in matches. Robert Stone's mostly just a side character goofball. I never talk about Robert Stone at all. I don't think I ever talk about him. I don't even know what the hell he's doing. People talked about him doing like a parody of Tony Khan from AEW or whatever. That's the only thing that I ever heard about him. So I'm not really sure, what to tell you about that. I think Keith was the match of the night. What do you think? I don't know. My favorite match of the night was Adam Cole and Pat McAfee. That was my favorite match. I don't know why. I thought Cross and Keith was all right. Then probably the ladder match after that or something like that. But Jesus. Yeah, man. I am barreling through, trying to get through it. So I'm okay. But I think I've been in the basement too long. Like fucking humidity is like 80. In the basement. Normally I get the humidity down to about 30. So that's got to be part of what it is, man. It's just a mess. Just draining. I haven't had it in a while where I don't feel that good, though. I've actually had this problem months ago. Remember that? Remember we thought I had COVID back in February or March it was? We were like, oh, God, you got COVID or something like that. And I'm like, yeah, I have no idea what's wrong with me. It could be. But it's been, that happened in March to me, too. And that was in the basement too, so it's probably a humidity thing being down here. Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee was short, sweet, to the point. Everything they wanted to execute, they executed. It was that methodical, classic heel. Got to be one of the best ever, non-wrestler celebrity types to come into the ring and then have a match and be good. That may be one of the best, if not the best. I don't know. I'm trying to think of all the times a celebrity or football player or somebody like that had to step in the ring and have a match. I mean, dude, if Lawrence Taylor could have done what Pat McAfee did tonight at WrestleMania 11, I mean, that would have been crazy. I mean, and Lawrence Taylor did a decent job for what he was doing. Bam Bam really, really guided the thing. But, Lawrence Taylor tried and he was decent enough to pull something off. But it wasn't a very, whatever. This tonight was way better, crazy. Adam Cole and Pat McAfee, I mean, you would think that Pat is kind of a wrestler. He was kind of also playing a guy who was like, wow, I'm surprised. Look what I can do. And I'm going to be cocky about it. But it's like in actuality, if he went in there as like a regular wrestler and the story was he's been a wrestler for years, you wouldn't have. It would have been different. He would have been perceived different because he looked pretty good. There was... I mean, I used to wrestle. If I hopped in there, I don't know, man. I'd like to think I'd be pretty good if I went in there, but I don't know. That was pretty damn good.
$9 for a fuck. Someone donated 9. I'm getting hard. I got 9 inches inside of your wife. $9. I'm shooting my semen to the ceiling. I'm coming and my balls have turned blue. $9. Suck my dick.
Decided to watch NXT 6 out of 10. Wish I would have watched Hey You, but whatever. You should prank call Grimoire or someone else as Ryback. Finish it.
Finish it. Do you really want me to do that? Because I will finish it.
Suck it, baby. Caveman Austin, what's up, dude? Prank call someone? Yeah. I could call Grim on his phone number. He's probably banging his that girl that he hangs out with now. You know? I'm not really sure if necessarily that, NWA and AEW are working together, but I'm sure that they have some kind of like deal, like, oh yeah, put her on. She may not even have an exclusive deal, but AEW might have even wanted to say, hey, let's use the NWA title and stuff, and NWA probably thought, hell yeah. God, please remind people of us. Like, we're dying. Pat McAfee is more believable than 97% of the roster, says West Texas Rain. Yeah. I mean, he did. I mean, he really did a pretty good job, man. Probably because he grew up watching stuff around the times we did, so he understands. That flip off the top rope, man. He went up in the air, dude. He caught some air on that flip. That was crazy. And then, I mean, he did everything big, man. And I like that he's, the punt is his finisher. That makes sense. It's kind of funny. It kind of, a little funny because Randy Orton does the punt thing, and it's sort of this almost band-like move. And this is the guy's finisher. And he did hit his finisher, allegedly, his finisher, on Adam Cole, and it didn't work. Adam Cole kicks out of the punt. Pretty crazy. Thank you, Caveman Austin, for the donation. What's up, man? And shout out to you, man, for last night. We partied on Monetize this last night, dude. I had a goddamn blast last night. So if anybody wants to talk about AEW or if you want to talk about NXT TakeOver tonight, 339-226-6610. The phone lines are open. Pizza the Hut is waiting. His pizza's dripping all over himself. And Jake is not here. Jake had a family thing tonight, so I don't think he saw any of this. Joe, which are your favorite WrestleMania? What's the worst WrestleMania, 9 or 11? I'd say 11 for sure. I actually kind of like 9 a little bit because, it I don't know, Shawn Michaels and Tatanka was pretty good at the beginning. The excitement of Hogan winning was fun when I was 9 years old, and it was kind of exciting. Even the excitement of Beefcake and Hogan showing up, and I mean, the match was stupid, but, I don't know. The Head Shrinkers versus the Steiner Brothers was kind of all right. It was a little goofy with Doink and stuff. It was stupid, but I don't know. It was ahead. It's like WrestleMania 9 was so dumb, kind of, that it was like, but it had some little fun elements to it. WrestleMania 11 was just a travesty. I mean, WrestleMania 11 was horrible. Everything was wrong. The sound was messed up. There were celebrities everywhere. The ring sounded pretty cool. For some weird reason, WrestleMania 11, the ring sounded amazing. I don't know what that was about. It just sounded like a big spring system. It was like ka-chink, ka-chink. Like everything it did, it was this noise at WrestleMania 11. WrestleMania 9 was outside, less people. A lot of paid spectator golfing people watching the show instead of, real wrestling fans. It was a very casual audience. WrestleMania 11 had more of the real audience in Connecticut. Bret Hart had his worst match ever in WWF against Bob Backlund. Shawn Michaels and Diesel was probably the best match of the night almost. And Shawn Michaels and Diesel, that was probably the best match. Should have been the ending match, but instead it was Lawrence Taylor and Bam Bam. Which is, at the time I think, obviously Vince thought, we're not big enough to headline our own show. It's got to be a celebrity. Some celebrity thing gimmick that we marketed has to be the thing that sells our show. What did you guys think of Cross and Lee, though? I'm curious to what people thought about that. I mean, it was a clean... Bird is the king of the wheel for the week. What did you guys think about Cross and Keith Lee? Shocked. We thought there was going to be some kind of major interference. But the only reason why we thought maybe there wouldn't be is because Keith Lee is going to the main roster. And it's got to be clear as day that he's going to the main roster, right? Like, there's no doubt about it, right? That Keith Lee is going to the main roster after this. I mean, I thought I was the most entertained by Pat McAfee and by Adam Cole. Apparently, we're all allergic. It's got to be what it is. I've never really felt this way when we lived at my mom's house. There's probably no ragweed there or whatever. Good God, though. It's killing me. Like, no. Saw the green one that came. NXT doesn't know how to book guys like this, only small guys. Really? You would think Triple H knows, what he's doing with bigger guys. But I did like, I would say Pat McAfee and Adam Cole. That was from the beginning of the story to the end of the match, that was my most favorite thing of the night. I enjoyed Matt McAfee and Adam Cole the best. I'll tell you that. Wasn't sure if that was going to be what was going to happen going into this, but that's how I felt. And then probably after that, the ladder match maybe, and then Keith Lee and Cross. The women had a decent match, but it wasn't anything special or big or whatever. They just had a solid, solid showing. But they didn't have anything crazy special or anything like that. Clean and dust my walls. I mean, good God. I mean, I do that. I mean, what the hell? Thank you, J-Rod. Yeah, no, I don't know, man. My daughter has been saying that she's had breathing problems, and Leah has breathing problems. And I've been having, major ones, but that's probably because I'm talking so much, so I'm, running out of air. And apparently the ragweed was, crazy high the other day. I've never even heard of ragweed, so I was like, what the hell does that mean? So why didn't I sign up for Thunderdome? Because I don't know, because I guess I could have. But I wanted to be free to be able to do stuff. Like, my kids come in the room sometimes. I'm doing things. I'm getting ready for the show. I'm writing notes down everywhere. I'm doing things. So that was too much of a pain in the ass to do that. You know what I mean? To put my face on the thing. They pay me, I'll do it. I don't know, man. I never heard of it either until now. We're way more out west in Massachusetts. Not west, but a little more west and south and in the rural area. Where I'm used to, the water being right on the ocean. I'm used to this fresh ocean breeze, and smelling the sea and all these other type of things. And being here has been, so different. So, I got the dehumidifier right across from me right now, and I'm running a filter and a dehumidifier now. But I hadn't run it all day and yesterday, so that's probably why it's bad. I have a nebulizer upstairs, so after Finn gets nebulizers once in a while because he's got asthma, and Leah has asthma, so they both use the nebulizer. Very once in a while, I actually need it too. So it looks like I'm gonna go give it a whirl in a few minutes too. But yeah, it's been a struggle, big time, man. I don't know what the hell's wrong with me. I heard the DC fandom wasn't good though. I saw a lot of people saying they didn't like it or whatever, but I don't know. I like the Batman trailer though. I thought that was pretty cool. Thought that was pretty neat. 339-226-6610 if you guys want to call. I got the phone line open. Nobody is on the phone line right now, so if you call, you'll get through, or at least the first person that calls will get through, because it is an open line night tonight, man. Nobody is here. Yes, get a nebulizer. If you don't have one, get one. We were lucky that when I was on food stamps in 2010 and 11, we needed the nebulizer for my son when he got sick, and we were on mass health insurance. We had obviously free health insurance and everything, and they gave it to us, and it's still to this day, we use it to this day. So we're really lucky we got it back then, when we were covered with health insurance. Now I think you could probably still get one though for about $100 to $200. Look at that. See, first person that called. This is the first caller of the night. They got right through. Because people are sleeping right now or something. 518. Oh, they hung up. Call back. We'll get you on. Oh, someone different now. Okay, the first three people that called didn't get through, but whatever. 774 did get through. Hello.
Hey, Joe.
Hey there. What's going on, man?
Not much. You?
Nothing, bro. I'm just, I think I'm going to watch AEW in a little bit.
Oh, cool. So what was the topic for tonight?
NXT, the Takeover.
Oh.
Did you not watch it?
There we go. Sorry, I'm getting some feedback.
Oh, did you
not really, but so I wanted to see what was going on. Like, you might remember me from the Brockton thing.
Oh, Jake.
Yep.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm just talking about NXT Takeover, and it was all right, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, no, I can't watch WWE anymore. Apparently, my cable company canceled all the shows that air it and all the channels.
Well,
I'm gonna get it back though.
If you watch WWE, this is on their website, so you can it's the network. You can buy the network for like $9 a month.
Oh, that's even great. That's great.
Yeah, you get all the pay-per-views and you get everything that ever happened ever in WWE. It's like everything ever. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, I've been trying to get back into it.
Well, what will help you get back into it? Cocaine.
I probably prefer try nutmeg instead.
Yeah. Well, speaking of nuts, I'm gonna go to the neighbor's wife. No. But yeah, man, how you been, dude? What's been going on?
Not much. Just
all right.
Jeez, feedback. All right, there we go. Now
I'll fix it for you. Ready? Watch this.
Yeah. Well, the controller's not even out yet to even see, so.
We just showed it to you. It's right there.
No.
Well, Jake, thanks for the call, bro. There's something wrong with your internet, though. No, Jake's a good guy. He actually told us a lot of crazy, cool things the night of the protests here in Massachusetts. But I don't think he knew that I was covering wrestling right now. He's like, what? Wrestling? I don't know, man. Hey, at least he called, somebody called. But what is going on, man? So weird.
Charging in, leaving his feet, and a crossbody.
Keith Lee might have just knocked the grip out of Karrion Kross.
Wow. Basket his ass.
Oh, my God. Somebody yelled Baskin his ass in the crowd, dude. Oh, my God. Dude, Edsview just sent this to me. Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna cry right now. Oh my god, I'm gonna die. Edsview goes, did you hear this? Look at this.
Charging in, leaving his feet, and a crossbody. Keith Lee might have just knocked the grip out of Karrion Kross.
Wow. Basket his ass.
A cross to the outside, and
Holy shit, dude, I can't believe that. You are? Is Brent okay? Okay. Bask in his ass.
Basket his ass.
a cross.
Basket his ass.
Oh.
Basket his ass.
Oh my god, dude. I can't deal with this. I feel so tired. I'm high right now.
Oh.
Basket his ass.
A cross. The grip of Karrion Kross.
Wow. Basket his ass.
A cross to the outside, and Lee. Knock the grip of Karrion Kross.
Wow. Basket his ass.
All right, I just retweeted it. So anybody that did not, Jake, thanks for the call a minute ago, man. If anybody hasn't seen it, I just retweeted it so you can listen to it and see it. 256, hello.
Hello, Joe. What's up?
What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Just watched this takeover. It was I thought it was pretty good.
I thought it was good, man. I give it a good, 6 out of 10. Nice. It was better than In Your House.
Yeah, that's true. I was watching on the network the other day, like before, watched Takeover today.
Yeah.
Was watching that something to wrestle with, whatever. It was talking about at WrestleMania 14 in Boston. Since you are up in Boston, what you thought about that WrestleMania?
WrestleMania 14, I was there, and I remember that I couldn't wait to get home because I wanted to watch it because I was kind of far away. So, but it was really, really fun for me, man, because, yeah, that was super hyped. Like, everybody was into that WrestleMania. Everybody was in. Like, everybody in my school, everything. I'd been a Shawn Michaels fan forever, and, I'd been a Stone Cold fan the last year or so. So I was super hyped up for that. I wanted Stone Cold to win, but it was probably the first time I ever cheered against Shawn Michaels. But I was so hyped up for Stone Cold, and so, yeah, dude, to have WrestleMania in Boston, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I can't believe we're going to have WrestleMania in Boston. And I'm like, this is crazy. And I remember thinking, like, this is never going to happen again. And I was right. Like, we're never going to get this.
You think there's a possibility they may bring it up there again, since they did bring it to New York?
I mean, maybe with COVID now, I think there could be some kind of possibility because of if they have to limit certain seating at some point in the next year. Maybe there's a possibility we could get something like that here again, but I really doubt it still. I don't know. It seems so hard. The only way they could have it here is if they have it at Gillette Stadium at the Patriots field.
I know on that Something to Wrestle With podcast, they were talking about they were trying to strike a deal with Robert Kraft and have something at the where the Patriots play at.
Yeah, the big thing was that they were going to do SummerSlam, and it didn't work out. But then they did SummerSlam. They were going to do SummerSlam here, obviously at the Garden. So we were going to get SummerSlam at the same place as WrestleMania 14. So that would have been pretty cool. That would have been when we had SummerSlam in 06 at the same place too. So WrestleMania 14, SummerSlam 06, and we would have had this SummerSlam in Boston, but now we lost that. So, I don't know. But for WrestleMania, I would things are just too big for WWE right now. But if things keep trending downward and they keep blowing it and the ratings keep dropping, yeah, we might see WrestleMania in Boston again, because then you'll see them go to all the New York locations, Chicago and Philly and Pennsylvania, Boston, and they'll probably maybe Texas and Florida and California, and that's about it.
What do you think about this? This being the first SummerSlam without Brock Lesnar?
Well, it may not be. He may show up. No, he might show up. But no. I think it's fine. I'm sick. I was sick of Lesnar anyway. I think we really needed a break from him, and I don't think he wants to do too much right now anyway. And with COVID and stuff, but there is a bit.
Didn't he have an injury or something? I know I heard something about him with an injury or something.
I don't know if he did, but I think he probably had a couple injuries that were like nagging. So I don't know. I don't know anything official, but I'm assuming he had some bang ups and he was, happy to take a break for a little while. He got a pretty big payday at the Saudi thing, and so I don't know. But there is a big rumor that he might show up here, but I don't know if I buy it.
I know I was joking with a friend of mine saying it could be Roman be the leader of Retribution.
Yeah, Roman Reigns is the leader of Retribution. Oh my God, that'd be weird. I mean, here's the thing about Roman though. What doesn't make any sense to me is how is Roman Reigns gonna leave the WWE during the COVID stuff, but return when it's actually worse? Because if you look at the numbers, like COVID is worse now than it was when he left. So why the hell would you? So you basically left for no reason, really, because right now COVID is worse than it was when you left. So why'd you leave anyway?
Yeah, I think it's kind of strange he hasn't came back yet, though.
But it's not, because if he's worried he has the blood cancer and he's susceptible to stuff and he could be, really impacted, you would think that I would think that we wouldn't see Roman for possibly another 6 months to a year, depending on how COVID goes. I mean, seriously, until every state is down to like 2 cases a day or 5 cases a day, I could see him staying away until America in its entirety is down to about 100 cases a day. I could see him, seriously being like, I'm staying out. The doctors have told me that one little thing like this could lower my immune system and really I could die. So I don't think he is messing around at all. I mean, so if he came back, it just wouldn't make any sense to me. Like, why would you come back now?
Well, Joe, I live in Alabama, and they doing these our governor's doing the executive mask order everywhere for the kids that are going to school from 2nd grade all the way to college must wear mask. And
yeah, I've seen that. I mean, we're not even. They told us we could hybrid our kids, and that if we decided to put our kids in school later on, that we could. So we were under the impression that, hey, let's keep our children out of school still for a couple more months to see what happens. And if things start improving, let's put them back in school, because I want them to be in school. But, now they're saying that if we remote our kids we can't change our mind at any time during the entire school year. And to me, that's crazy. So, now I have to decide to remote my kids for the entire school year or put them in school. So I don't even know what to do with that. I don't want to do anything either until the cases come down. Right now, we're averaging about 300 cases a day in Massachusetts. I want it to come down to at least, something lower than that. I don't know, 30 to 50. And then maybe, I don't know, man. But it seems like we're going to end up doing what we thought all along, which was, fuck it, everybody's going to get it. And some people are going to die. It's I don't know what else we can really do at this point, to be honest. And eventually we're all going to need the antibodies from it in order to survive other strains of it later. So it's just going to keep coming around. It's like we're all going to need the antibodies, and then we're going to need to have babies and have our mothers breastfeed kids and give them the antibodies, and maybe the vaccine will help. I don't know, but it's scary. I don't know, dude. I don't know what to do with all. I have no idea what to do with all this. The truth is very scary. It's easier to be ignorant right now because the truth is nerve-wracking, kind of.
Yeah, I think the NCAA is being very dumb too, where they're telling all the down here, they're just worried about if a fall sport's going to happen or not. Yeah.
I don't know. I would say that if things keep trending downward, go for it and create the bubble like hockey and football or hockey and basketball have created this bubble thing, and that's worked out for them. And So that's what I think that they just need to do. They just need to make sure they do everything you can, that you know, wear the masks, do the distancing, test everybody, trace everything. If you're a sport, right? Not every human. We don't like that type of stuff, but you know, for the sports guys, you know, treat the sports like you're in China. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta and if you can contain it, then you'll be all right. Because if a couple guys get it and you got to sit them, at least everybody else can keep playing. But if you lose track of where everybody is and what everybody's doing in sports, not in real life, although they're trying to do that to us in real life, then the sports could crumble, and I mean, then you get shut down, and it's a waste of everybody's time. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I agree with you. But WrestleMania 14 was awesome, and I was 14, so I was super hyped up. You know. By the way, really good call, man. I'm sorry to bail out on you because it was a good call, but I'm moving to the next call. 773. Hello.
Hello, is it Joe?
This is God. No, I'm just kidding. This is Joe. What's up?
Joe, what's up, man? Can you talk a little bit about Dakota Kai and her booking since she came into NXT? Like, all she's done is sell. And I'm a big fan of hers. I've been watching her since the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah.
But when she was a babyface, she got beat up, which is fine because I assume she was a jobber. Then she got a little bit of push, and she sell. Then she turned on Tegan, became a heel, and I was like, oh, great. Well, you know, maybe she'll get some offense in. But now Raquel just bails her out, and then they had this. She called out Io, and I was like, oh, great, she's going to have a title shot. But all she does is get beat up all the time, and I think she deserves better. Do you mind talking about that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, she kind of reminds me of a little bit of the WWF Jeff Jarrett, kind of a little bit, like back in the Jeff Jarrett days. But he won. So that's the thing is when you, the comparison is right. What you're saying is this girl's supposed to be, she had one of the best women's match of the year in any company anywhere with Tegan Knox. They had great chemistry. They had great stuff. You know, you'd really think that they would push her as this force to be reckoned with heel, instead of every time she gets involved in something, she loses it. So she's not even like she's not like, if you're going to be like an Adam Cole heel where you're kind of a coward, but you can still throw down when you have to, kind of thing. But it seems like she's not even that. Like, she just gets beat up. Like her match with Rhea Ripley, like, she got her ass kicked for like 10 minutes straight. They went to commercial. They came back, still beating her up. It was just ridiculous. I'm a big fan of hers, so I just want to see her get some more offense. I'm assuming that what I'm assuming they think is we want to keep this sort of heel heat on her. Her bodyguard is all she has. And we don't want Io Shirai to look bad. She needs to be this dominant champion type. So they're sort of doing, this is like the Bray Wyatt Seth Rollins thing again, where it's like nobody wins here. You know, she should be wrestling some other girl in a feud where she can win and look strong, and maybe continue and maybe face Tegan Knox again someday, or, you know, face a champion and win the title, instead of everything she does, she looks weak and needs a bodyguard. And again, Jeff Jarrett did that at times, but
every time.
But he won, and so it's like okay, there's a reason he's doing this. Where she just comes off as, okay, you literally never win, and you're supposed to be this heel and you never win. And so I don't really understand the booking of this. It was, in fact, as the match started and then went on, the more the match went on, the more I thought, what the hell was the point of this? And then,
I mean, the idea was maybe that Io was going to get called up, and so maybe Dakota will win.
Well, people think Dakota's getting called up.
Well, no. That Io would get called up, and maybe Dakota would be like a Carmella kind of champion, where like just a coward, a super coward heel that only wins from flukes, because like the NXT women's belt is so strong. It's been strong for years, that maybe they're going to change things up and have a super weak heel be the champ. But even that didn't. I don't. Just me being biased and like a fan of Dakota since you know, for the last couple of years, I just wanted to get some offense. is all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think her best time was with Tegan Nox. I think her best stuff was
for sure. Yeah.
And then after that, the heel thing started slipping, and then they gave her bodyguard person, and now that's sort of helped a little bit, but now they're not helping at all she's not legitimate because of this. So you're right. I don't know, man. I don't understand and Io Shirai's not going anywhere. And what I was saying was people actually think Dakota Kai's getting called up, which I don't believe that either.
For real?
People think that. Yeah, I'm not saying I haven't heard a thing about that anywhere, but people think that, and it would. The only reason why it would make sense after the match tonight is kind of like, okay, well, now that she didn't need this and she helped Io Shirai, so now she's going up to the main roster with this bodyguard gimmick, and okay, cool. But I don't know how they're. So, like, that would be the only thing that would make me go, oh, that's why this made no sense at all, really, was, they're establishing her, but, she's got to give the rub to Io Shirai anyway, and now she's going to be successful up in the main roster. But,
Well, we'll see.
I don't think so. I don't think she's going anywhere. I just think that she's kind of mishandled. They were given a gift with her and Tegan Nox after their match, and they've not done the best job with it for whatever reason. They'd rather just go with Io Shirai, awesome, powerful champion. That's it.
Yeah. No, I mean, yeah, Io's great, but yeah, I mean, just whatever Dakota's going to be, like an underdog jobber or a crazy coward heel, like whatever. Just let her kick people, like a little bit more, because she's really good at it. Is all I'm saying. Yeah,
I think so. I'd like to see more of her. Yeah. I think she could do it really, really well with the heel gimmick. I think it's fine. I think, I think she'd be fine. I want to see. Whenever I see these women have good matches against each other, like Bayley and Sasha, I'm like, oh, give me another one of those. Do that again. I want to see that happen again. And so I keep thinking about Tegan Nox and Io Shirai, and I'm like, I want to see it again. Like, come on, like, do it again.
With that, like, last question, not to take up too much of your time, but like, what's next for Dakota then? Is Raquel gonna be the challenger for Io, and then Dakota just backs her up, or what do you think is going to happen next with her?
What's going to happen next with Io? Yeah, I don't think. I don't know. I mean, like, I think she's going to probably get somebody else. I don't know.
Sorry.
No, I think it's going to be a tag team match.
I meant what's next with Dakota, as far as you know, far as you would think.
I think there's going to be some kind of a tag match, it looks like. Looks like there's...
With who?
With, what's her name? The Australian girl. The big girl.
Oh, with Raquel?
Yeah, Raquel and Dakota versus Io and the Australian chick who faced Charlotte. What's her name? God damn, my brain is melting.
Oh, with Rhea?
Rhea Ripley. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think there's going to be
okay. Yeah. Okay.
There'll be some kind of feud going on there with all of them and a tag thing, and probably maybe either Dakota will then get a rematch, or you know what I mean. They'll just. Maybe Rhea Ripley will come for Io Shirai. I don't know.
Yeah.
They'll get out of it some way after that all happens. I just don't know if that's going to be something that's going to be told on the weekly show, and they're going to use that to get to a match with somebody, or if they're going to save that tag match for a pay-per-view type of thing. But I think it's just going to be a story they use weekly. So yeah, but you're going to see tag matches. It looks like with that.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, thanks, Joe. Thanks for taking my number.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it. Thanks. Good stuff.
All right.
I have no idea about these things, really. But who really does at this point, right? What's up, chat? How you guys doing tonight? I hope everybody is wet. Boom. I hope everybody is wet, wild, and hard enough to go, son. But, thank you guys for buying the shirts. I did see a couple people bought the shirts. We've had the Turkey Club shirts. The masks have been doing well. Even some people have been buying the Raw Tarded shirts again. The Raw Tarded shirts. Man, we sold over 40 Raw Tarded shirts. Shout out. to the people. Triple H has said post-takeover that Cross may have a separated shoulder and could have to vacate the title. It came on when he hooked Keith Lee and he went for the back suplex. It looked like he grabbed his wrist and was like, "Oh fuck, I did something," and then he kept going. But I did see that he got hurt. I said it in the chat. If you guys were in the chat during the show, I said it in the chat. I said Cross is hurt. I think he hurt his wrist. Well, it wasn't his wrist, apparently. It was the shoulder. So everybody that saw me write that in the chat, I wasn't fucking around with you. Because now look at this. Triple H has said Cross may have a separated shoulder and may have to vacate the title. Triple H in his post-press conference right now. Unbelievable. After Keith Lee put you over. Oh, my good God. Yeah, we are going to do a show on the new Batman trailer. Oh, my God, brother. Oh, my God. Oh, my God, dude. No. Are you kidding me? Karrion Kross. Broken shoulder.
What else we got?
I can't believe
a little
it.
bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh,
how did Mosquito get in
a
here?
little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
WTF has happened with Rhea Ripley? Survivor Series weekend she got biggest reaction out to anyone. Since WrestleMania they dropped ball with her. I think she should be heel. She was badass heel in NXT UK.
Yeah, she's really turned into watered down nothing, huh? I mean, I agree. For whatever reason, Rhea Ripley has gone into watered down nothing. By the way, tonight is the Corrupted podcast, in case you forgot. So we're going to be live on Patreon tonight in a little bit later. So I hope you guys are signed up on Patreon for tonight. Make sure to re-sign up. Make sure you're signed up, whatever. Even for $1 or $2, you can hear a whole bunch of stuff. And we'll be live tonight with the Corrupted podcast. Yo, thank you to Easy E. And no doubt about, shout out to the King, the Bird, 2393. Birdman is the king of the wheel for this week. Absolutely incredible stuff from the Birdman. Last night on Monetize This, I mean, this guy went off. And it paid off for the man. For the one and only Birdman. I can't believe Cross is injured, dude. He's definitely going to lose it. He's going to lose the goddamn belt after this show tonight. Nobody can get momentum. Nobody can gain momentum. The only person that can gain momentum is Pat McAfee. You know what I would do right now if I was NXT? You know, just put the belt on Pat McAfee. Have him win a Rumble. Go full David Arquette with the whole thing. You know? Good God almighty. Are you serious? Dude, are you serious? Oh my God, dude. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. Here, go back in time for a minute while I pee-pee on this little bottle right here. You know, looking at everything else. The ladder match for the vacant title. Dude, Cameron Grimes, I don't know why, but the guy is such a goof to me. The guy comes off so goofy to me. Like, I don't know. I can't get into that guy at all. The guy's just too goofy for me. I don't know what it is. But it was a nice ladder match. But, you know, it was... I think somebody like Beth Phoenix was like, oh, you know, this is going to be talked about for generations and be the ladder match that, you know, is talked about or something or other. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it was like, what the fuck is she talking about? Like, it was a okay ladder match with a bunch of guys in it. But it wasn't anything super crazy like that I thought. I didn't think it was just some kind of classic that we'd be talking about. So I thought Beth was overselling everything or overselling things too. Like, what are you saying? You know, when they said that about Bayley and Sasha, it felt like that. When they were like, you know, this will be remembered for, this will be one of the memories of NXT forever, or something like whatever the hell they said. And Bayley versus Sasha, it felt like that night, and it still is that way to this day. We always still bring it up and talk about it and remember those two. I don't think this ladder match tonight was...
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
That's
Want some bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Also NXT besides announcing are missing the crowd. Ladder match and Cole Pat I liked most. Some reason I was bored by Cross and Lee.
Yeah, I didn't exactly, like, go overboard for Cross and Lee. You know? How about I don't call Robert Stone goofy, but only Grimes? I don't know, Robert Stone's kind of goofy too, but I don't know, Cameron Grimes is actually wrestles in matches. Robert Stone's mostly just a side character goofball. I never talk about Robert Stone at all. Like, I don't think I ever talk about him. I don't even know what the hell he's doing. People talked about him doing like a parody of Tony Khan from AEW or whatever. That's the only thing that I ever heard about him. You know, so I'm not really sure, you know, what to tell you about that. I think Keith was the match of the night. What do you think? I don't know. My favorite match of the night was Adam Cole and Pat McAfee. That was my favorite match. I don't know why. I thought Cross and Keith was all right. Then probably the ladder match after that or something like that. But Jesus. Yeah, man, I am barreling through it, trying to get through it, so I'm okay. But I think I've been in the basement too long. Like, fucking humidity is like 80. In the basement. Normally I get the humidity down to about 30, so that's got to be part of what it is, man. It's just a mess. Just draining. I haven't had it in a while where I don't feel... All right. I had to play that for about a minute while I go pee-pee. I'm back. It's live again. I'm sorry. Good God,
What
I'm
else
dead.
we got? Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
What's up?
Bubbly? Look at this stuff. Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
That's it.
Ah, that fat fuck.
Why is it ringing? Why are we hearing the ringing? Yeah, you shouldn't hear the... There we go. God. The Skype ringing is the worst. Yo, Hail Metal Forever. What up, Hail Metal Forever? Thank you, Hail Metal. Hail Metal, baby. What's up, unknown caller? Hello. Hello. Oh, God, they can't get the mic. All right. Unknown caller, no surprise, is retarded. But not a surprise, to be honest. Man, I'll tell you, the people that call these, people that call are fucking... Sometimes, man, I wonder where the people that call this show come from. I really wonder.
Everybody just kept pounding it in there.
Corwin Eberly, what's up, man? 94% humidity. Yeah, I'm dying right now, dude. It's fucking horrible. The room that I'm in right now is sitting at 78% humidity. I turned the dehumidifier on just now, though, a few minutes ago. And I think it's got it down to 55 now, so we're down to 55 in here, so that's good. You really want to be below. You want to be below 50. You want to be like what, 30? Like 30 to 40 or something like that. I don't know. So, you know, I think hopefully I'll start feeling a little bit better. But the ragweed is real, bro. The ragweed is real. So Karrion Kross, it looks like he's probably injured and going to be forfeiting the belt. So what a big waste. Again. Just another big waste. Which really sucks, bro. Really sucks ass. It's typical. Nobody can catch a goddamn break, man. Nobody can catch a break. Later on tonight on Corrupted, I am going to fornicate with your mother, John. How about that? Right inside of her. Karrion Kross and Keith Lee was all right. Thought it was pretty good. Weird ending thing. Obviously, there was an injury to Kross, so things were a little bit off. Now that we know that, it makes even more sense why some of the stuff went down the way it did towards the end there. So, but according to Triple H, man, I mean, this ain't looking good, you know. Let's hear what Triple H has to say. Let's see what Triple H has to say. Let's see what he says.
On a lot of different levels, you know, from wrestling matches to, you know, straight up technical wrestling matches, to ladder matches that were just incredible, to women tearing it up, to, for the first time ever, somebody from the outside, so to speak, and Pat McAfee coming in and just wowing everybody and silencing critics all the way through to Keith Lee and Karrion Kross, new champion. So with that, I'll open it up to the questions. I thought we had a spectacular night. I'm very proud of everybody, and let's go to the first caller.
All right, everybody, we can keep it to one question per outlet, please. Thank you very much.
And everyone, again, it is star one to ask a question. We're going to first to Kenny McIntosh inside the ropes.
Hey, Kenny.
Hey, Paul. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
Tonight. Obviously, I'm good, thank you. It's 3 a.m. here in the UK, but I'm keeping going. I've got the coffee. But it was a great show tonight. Pat McAfee obviously was Pat McAfee was a big part of it, and like you said a minute ago, he silenced critics. And I guess a lot of people are going to be wondering how much more we're going to see him in NXT. Is he going to be a regular? Is he someone who? Because a lot of times when outside people come in, they do 1 or 2 matches and we never see them again. What is Pat's status, and could we see more of him?
So I think with Pat, you know, one of the first times I ever met Pat, he looked at me and he said, "Hey, I want to be this was his terms. He said, I want to be a weapon for you, man, and I want you to grab it and utilize it, and I want to be here. I want to be a talent, and I want to go." I thought he meant as an announcer. It isn't what he meant. And you know, Pat has every intention of doing this and being not only an NXT superstar, but at the time is right, a WWE superstar in full, and just really doing this. And you know, he has a lot of other commitments, from his podcast to everything else he does. He has a lot of commitments and a lot of things across the board, but he's very serious about this, and we'll see where it goes. You know, when we first talked about this process, from the in-ring having the match idea of it, he said to me, let's remember this phone call, and you can tell this story when you do my Hall of Fame speech. Pat doesn't lag for competence, and that's amazing. And I, you know, to me, he showed why he is the elite athlete on the level that he's at. He showed why he had so many full rides in college in so many different sports. He showed why he played, you know, professional sports at the highest levels and has succeeded in all the things that he has done. He has the personality. He's got the gift of gab. He has the charisma. He's got all of it. He's a heat magnet, and when you add in incredible athlete on top of that, and just a gift to have a feel for the business, what he wants to do, he can do. And you know, I'm here to help him do it, and I look forward to that future. If I don't know what it'll be, but we're going to have that conversation, and I can certainly say I do not believe at all that it is the last time that you will see Pat McAfee step through those ropes and do what he does. I think, like I said, he silenced a lot of critics tonight, a lot of people that were in the celebrity camp left with a different opinion when he stepped out of that ring. And I also will say my hat's off to Adam Cole. Having done this before, getting in the ring with somebody who it's their first match ever, and working with them, it takes a lot, and there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot that has to be done, and Pat and Adam tore it up. Adam is the consummate pro. I've said that numerous times. I can't say it enough. On every level, from a leader in the back to just a pro on every level, and he showed it again tonight. Why he is, as much as anybody, he is NXT, and couldn't be more proud of what he did in the ring tonight with Adam, with Pat. So my hats off to both of them, to Pat McAfee, just respect, and to Adam Cole the same on just a ring general standpoint.
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you, man.
Our next question today comes from Mike Johnson, PWInsider.com.
Hey, Mike.
Paul, great show tonight. Great show tonight. You guys should be really proud of yourselves.
Thank you very much.
Bit of a surprise. You're welcome. There was a bit of a surprise announcement with the September return of NXT UK. I was wondering what insight you could give to us about the return of the show, logistics of staff who were based in America going over there to work, and whether the originally planned takeover that got pushed back to October is still on the books, or if that's been pushed back again to a date to be determined, given all the logistics of everything in a COVID world.
Mm-hmm. So I believe, I don't know that T's have been crossed and I's have been dotted on October yet, but I believe that will get postponed even further. And it might already be a done deal. I just in this moment cannot recall, but I look forward to the brand starting back up. Our partnership with BT started before all of this happened with COVID, and they've been amazing partners, and they're just really engaged in the brand. And as this was going down and everybody got into the COVID world and things got into lockdown, and we started to think, okay, what is going to happen on the other side of this? We had started conversations before COVID hit around working closer with BT and using their studios in London. They're right in the heart of London. They are truly London-based in a worldwide global city, and they have amazing studios there. And that came back onto the table, and here we go. So we will be setting up there. One of the things that is awesome about it is we can take every safety protocol and every precaution that we can with talent there. We will be working with minimal staff there, and we will be digitally from here sort of engaging with everything over there. So all our teams there will be on the ground working together, but in restricted fashion and with all the safety protocols, and the rest of us will be here digitally working with them sort of, not the most tech guy in the world, but in a virtual standpoint. We will be here. Shawn Michaels will be here. I will be here. Matt Bloom, different coaches. We'll have directors here. We'll have producers and people working from here, working through their studios. They will be able to see us live on giant video walls, and we will be able to see them and go through everything with them as if we were there in person, but we will be over here. A little bit, for me, that's a little bit all outside of my technical wheelhouse, but everybody assures me it will work, and it will be amazing to see. It's very futuristic, but I look forward to the experience and to doing it. And when the time is right, we'll be back over there too, because some of my favorite fans in the world, and I can't wait to get back there in person. So, I will say that for this across the board from a takeover standpoint. God, I miss fans. God, I miss them. I can't state it enough. As hard as we're all working to try to make this special and something for them and incredible, and for them to watch it at home, man, having them here and that energy and that drive and, blow the roof off the place. And there's just moments in time where, something would just be epic and that it will blow the roof off of the place. And, it's just not everything that it can be. Talent are killing it. They're, giving every single thing they have to make this epic. The production crew giving it every single thing they have. All of it. The writing team, everybody. It is just a team effort, and everybody is doing every single thing they can to make this happen. But I tell you, we cannot wait. Cannot wait to have you back in person.
Well, let's hope it happens sooner than later. And thank you for the time, and congratulations to your crew again.
Thank you very much.
Next up is Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful.
Hey, Paul. Thanks for taking the time. It looked like Karrion Kross's shoulder may have been hurt at some point during this match. Now, I don't know if maybe that's just him being really good at his job, or if something happened, but there were a lot of question marks around that. Is he okay? And I mean, how's he feeling?
I wish I could say as good as he is at his job. I wish I could say that he was just really good at his job. I really do wish I could say that. I'm going to have to find out. We'll get him an MRI and everything. Right now, it looks like he separated his shoulder. Somewhere in that match, I knew it was hurt. I knew he was hurt. He wanted to continue. Medical team was watching him and felt like he could continue. They felt like they knew it was a separated shoulder, and to the degree that it was, by looking, so they were comfortable with him continuing. He's tough, man, and there's not much more I can say about that. To go through that with Keith Lee, who's a big boy, and when your shoulder is separated like that, is not easy. It's very painful, and he got it through it, and he got to the end. I know he's bittersweet because he's ecstatic in the moment. He is excited in the moment. This is a dream come true for both him and Scarlett. They have worked an entire career to get to this moment, and I can tell you that from the bottom of his heart, because he and I have had that conversation since the first day. So to him to get here, in talking to him earlier in the day, what he almost felt like was this crazy, surreal moment where the two of them, both he and Scarlett, kept saying, it's hard for us to believe we're here in this moment. For him.
Okay, cool. Thank you very much for the time, Paul.
Yep.
Next up is Jim Barcelone, Miami Herald.
Yeah, thank you, Paul. Another great
Hello,
show
Jim.
tonight. Thank you guys so much. NXT 30, Takeover 30. So I'm wondering with Scarlett, she adds so much. She adds so much to the show with Karrion. Are there any, plans or in the back burner of having her compete, having her wrestle? Or right now where she is, that's where you see her and want her?
I mean, I think she is a very talented young lady that can do just about anything. And I think that's sort of kind of the magic of what she can do, is that you can unveil parts to her character. You can uncover layers to who she is, and all of that. And she does all of it so well. She's what we would on the television side call a cutaway machine in a way. You can just constantly go to her at ringside at any point in time, and she's going to be giving you a great reaction. She's always in the right place. She just adds so much to it. But I think that she has a skill set that she really can go anywhere. She's so multifaceted as a performer, and I really look forward to, as time goes on, seeing where she evolves to, what she wants to do, where she wants to get to. If and when we get to the point where she's in the ring competing, it'll be great, because I've seen her do that too. She's an amazing talent.
Thank you.
Up next, we'll hear from William Pritchard, WrestleZone.
Hey, William. Hey, Paul. How are you? I'm good. How are you? Not too bad.
So I wanted to ask about having, everybody's been talking about roster moves recently and moving up, down, but you have Breezango back in the fold, and Tyler Breeze was, one of the highlights of the early years of NXT, and I just wanted to know your feelings on having him not only back on the brand, but, getting a chance to, do you feel like you're getting a reboot with him? Do you feel like he adds, more to the program with Fandango as a team, or, do you feel like you want to see more guys switch brands? I know on Wednesday's call you said it, there's a lot of stock in, 7 hours of TV. You can't really pick and choose who you want. It kind of makes sense to work out, but is it something that you want to follow up on more in the future, especially with guys that maybe aren't being utilized on the other two shows?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think everybody's career is going to have ups and downs. I think there's going to be moments in time when you're on top, and when you're in the middle, when you're not, when you're used a lot, when you're not used quite as much. And that is the long-term position that we're in, and I think you see that across the board. But wherever talent that have that ability can add the most value, I think is where they should be. So to me, that's the exciting thing about having this, and having Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, having all of that programming. And even then some, when you talk about the UK and everything else that we are doing now and will be doing in the near future, you just create opportunities, and you go to one place. It's not everything that anybody wants it to be, and you have the opportunity to go to a new territory, so to speak, within the same company and reboot yourself. And I think that you will see that in the years to come across the board. I think you will see talent move from Raw to SmackDown and have a rebirth. I think you've seen that, even in the brands now, where Apollo Crews was in a different role and then he switched, and that's a giant change for him. I think you see it. I just think you'll see it everywhere, and I think that's a great thing for talent. It's all opportunity, and then once you're there and you get that opportunity, how do things pan out creatively for yourself, for what you can accomplish and what is accomplished with you? That will always be ups and downs, but I think the opportunity to do it in multiple places just makes that where everybody can succeed someplace across the board and have long-term careers that are very meaningful without that burnout factor long-term.
Yeah, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
We'll hear next from Jack Hudson, the Inner Sanctum.
Hi, Paul. Thank you very much for your time, and congratulations on a great show.
Thank you very much.
I wanted to talk a bit about Bronson Reed, especially in that ladder match. He had a couple of amazing spots. How remarkable is it to see a guy of that size be able to do those things in the ring and in a ladder match?
Yeah, I mean, he's incredible, right? It's why he was in there. Well, one of the things that I liked best, about that, and even the show tonight, you saw a lot of different things, but you also saw a lot of people get opportunities that haven't had them before. So you see Finn Balor in there with Timothy Thatcher having a totally different kind of match and just going in there and putting on a wrestling clinic, technical wrestling clinic, and in my opinion, just tearing it up. Now that's a different style for everybody, but it's fresh and it's new and it's different. And for Thatcher, that's an amazing opportunity. You go to the ladder match and you see all the people in there that are getting that.
All right, well, there's a little bit of Triple H. We did get the confirmation of the separated shoulder from Karrion Kross, so he may be forfeiting the NXT Championship. That is horrific news. But it looks like definitely it's going to happen. It's a separated shoulder, dude. So he's going to be out 2 to 4 months, maybe more, but I'm assuming he'll only be out 2 months, but I don't know. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, I'll see you tonight in a little while over on Patreon. Join me for the podcast tonight. We'll be fired up for that. We're going to have probably Drew in the house, me, and potentially Jesse, Troy, or somebody else will be ready to go tonight for the Uninterrupted Corrupted podcast. See you guys tonight on Patreon. Questions are up on Patreon now, so if you haven't asked a question yet, now's the time to jump over and ask a question. Thanks to Dan and Core, who became $25 producers. Thank you so much for that. And everybody else who's a producer will be shouting you out this week. Questions are up. I can already see that a few people are already dropping some. 5 questions already. So go drop a question, and we'll all talk about it and answer it tonight on the podcast, Corrupted Podcast, in 2 hours from now. 2 hours from now. That's 1 a.m. East Coast U.S. time. So 2 hours from now, live on Patreon. You'll get the YouTube link. This was NXT Takeover episode, or number 30. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Pat McAfee stole the show for me. That's my thoughts. And shout out to the king of Monetize This Bird. And Soundwave92 for the largest donation of this stream. See you guys in a little while.